Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Naqeebullah, your friend and brother. And we are live with our computer and English language class. We are practicing our language, working on our listening skill, fluency, speaking, writing, reading, vocabulary, grammar, etc. And I'm very pleased Amidullah is here finally. Though there were some days off, but Alhamdulillah, we are back live. Amidullah, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sir, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you so much. Yes, what would you like to share with us?
And sir, I will just share with you some kind of activities that I was little bit busy on those activities. So we can't say that
Hmm.
those activities that was some kind things special that I was busy on that. But sometime you were facing from your side, we were facing some kind of cutting internet,
Yeah.
little bit internet issues. And also from my side, some time we were facing some kind of problem in health. For example, I was feeling some kind of allergy, so most of the time I was feeling uneasy. And also I had little bit, we can say that some kind of illness in my family,
Hmm.
some member of my family. So therefore, I was little bit busy with them. Even we were going some time to hospital, and so and sometime you need urgently to go to clinic, and sometime you had, as for example, as yesterday we just started we were just to start our class, but suddenly I just
Yeah.
become compelled to go to the pharmacy and to bring some kind of medicine. So therefore,
Yes.
these are the activities of our life that sometime you want to do something else, and but that return from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is for you something else, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And
Right. And
yes,
how is she feeling now?
Alhamdulillah, for today she is having Alhamdulillah a little bit fine, good health today, inshallah, and I hope so
Hmm.
that the same condition will continue with us in forever, inshallah, in our future, inshallah.
May
And
Allah
now,
bless her with better health.
so sir, that
Okay.
sometime is yesterday and before yesterday,
Hmm.
to bit kind of pain. Even she was
Hmm.
coming, sir. She was saying that most of the time people are saying that why I don't have car, why I don't have home, why I don't have this and that. Sir. She told me that
Yes.
first of all, a person should just ask for the blessing of health.
Yeah.
Nothing is more. Nothing is more.
Exactly.
We can say. Uh, um, 100% powerful,
Precious
nothing
than
is more
health.
precious, and nothing is more precious and blessing than health.
Exactly.
So
Yes. Very
this
true.
I also examine in my health also, in myself also.
Hmm.
Sometimes when I'm feeling energy, sir, when I just start pray with congregation them at early morning, so it's feeling energy at morning time. It's a little bit more, because of, we can say, it's inside the weather is something else, and when you go out just outside just to go to enter
Hmm.
to ask some, so in this just half a minute, maybe we can't say even 1 minute, maybe just 30 seconds and 20 seconds, so it is this little bit kind of different weather, so these just affect us when I just start my prayer. So suddenly just my nose just start just falling down water and
Hmm.
just feel sneezing, yes, itching. So sir, sometime even just I feel that much uncomfort, and I'm just thinking in myself that I have to go to desert and cry with my heart and lovely sound, that with full level that I can cry, so that will go little bit out this kind of stress from me, that allergic stress that beating me
Hmm.
all the time. So and these were something that I shared with you, sir.
Hmm. Okay.
For the
Right.
previous
Yes. Hmm. Good.
previous some days that we were not able to take our classes
Yeah.
permanently.
Yes. Do you have, Hamidullah, any time issue? Time means now we are attending our class from 2:30 to 3:30. Shouldn't we change this time?
No, sir, about me, it is a good time. It doesn't have any kind of problem for me.
Okay.
The time when it's
Can
not just not affecting my prayer time, so all time is perfect for me. Even
mm,
just if you, for example, if some from your side, as we have said that we have to see from both sides. For example, sometime maybe
yeah.
you are this time maybe you are not very completely comfortable, so maybe you can just suggest us that what do you think that we will change to that time. If I had some kind of, for example, if I had some time that I can take it this class and and it does not this interface in my prayer time, so for me it doesn't have any kind of matter. It is
Mm. Okay. In our WhatsApp message, I will suggest some new timing. We will discuss it on in our WhatsApp group then.
okay, okay,
Because sometimes, like if you remember last time, I was in Quetta and I forgot to inform you. It was my training session, and I have sometimes training sessions. I need to train teachers from Quetta. So
okay.
going to Quetta, coming back from Quetta, it takes some time, and the
So
class is
yeah,
missed
yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah. I'm in this section. I in this situation, I'm with you, sir. But if instead of this, that if we will took to background from my side, I'm just telling you that don't take any kind of tension about this method. I myself, if any day I did not take my classes, so I just repeat that what I have learned before. You know, sir.
Mm. Yeah,
And I mean that I'm not I'm when I have just little bit kind of health and I don't have
mm.
any kind of some health issue in my family, so I'm completely even day and night I'm just revising my what I have learned, what I have
Fine.
been to learn. So it
Okay.
doesn't have any kind of matter. So if you are just feeling that it is the time that it just damage my uh, lesson, so it doesn't matter. So
So we
become
can then we can have some other time too.
okay, okay.
If
As
any
well.
day, if any day our class is missed because of my training sessions, we can attend it on the alternative days. Is
Okay,
that
sir.
fine?
Yes, it's also perfect.
Hmm. Okay, good. So, Hamidullah, I have just shared my screen, and
Okay,
I
sir.
would like to share a video with you, and you are going to highlight your thoughts on the things that we see, we feel, and we observe. So I hope you are mentally prepared for it.
Inshallah.
Right. So be ready. And today we are going to practice some writing skill.
Okay, sir.
Right. So this is our unit number 4 of video section.
Okay, sir.
So let's move.
When I grew up, the world seemed to be a much smaller place. There were far fewer choices for us to make. My mother was quite a strict person. My father died when I was quite young, when I was 6, and she had to work a lot. So it was very hard for her, and I think that had an effect on her. There was no video games, hardly any electronic equipment in the house at all. Entertainment was pretty much what you made yourself. Television was only on for a few hours a day, and children's television only ran for an hour or so in the afternoon. But a lot of the time, I'd be out playing with friends if the weather was good, because there was no way of communicating with us. So If, for example, say a meal time was set for 5:30, you had to be home for that time.
Yes, Amidullah. Can you please highlight what you watched?
Yes, sir. I just watched something about the history of someone that
Mm,
at the past time that we were just the time that we was going to grown up. So at that time, just when just I born at that time, my when I was just 6 years old, my father passed away. And then my
mm,
mother just she start caring of my just start caring of me, and that at the time there was no any kind of electronic equipments about toys and tools and something like that. And
yeah,
also there was no any kind of a television as we are watching nowadays almost of the time. But in just if it was able, so it just was able at the 5 p.m. like around. And at that time we were not also having a kind of friends so that we can play with them and become really happy with them. And so just we family was just facing that way when we were just going out with our friend. We're playing to with friends, so there was not any kind of manner that what kind of student and what kind of colleague will they be that we are just going to grown up with them. So this kind of uh, mm, just a kind of message just he taught us
good.
this.
Amidullah, yes, I would like to pose a question here. Um, People in the past used to be very strict. You know the
Yes.
meaning of strict?
No. Sakht.
Strict means sakht.
Yes.
Strict on the family, strict for children, strict for themselves. Was that beneficial for the family members when our elders used to be very, very strict?
So, sir, according to my mind, just I will just will not to go in brief statement of this kind of a we can say lecture. Just I will just share with you my point of view as I've
Mm,
just learned from that the society that I was and I'm now. Sir, it we if we will just compare that nowadays with the previous past time. So at first
mm.
time that the family member was taking care of each other, sir. So
Yes,
at that
yes,
time,
very
that
true.
time, at that time, that the small children was taking care, was giving respect to their elders.
Yeah,
That for
yeah.
example, he is my uncle, he is my brother, he is my sister, she is my big sister. Sir, he's my big brother. I must respect them in every field of life. And they were taking care of them to each other in every field of life. So it
Yeah.
was this kind of thing that we just saw in them in the past, that we are
Mm,
just taking took from them. And another side, there was some kind of we can say leak of something of some kind of we can say as an information, as a leak of kind of knowledge. There was weakness of
yeah.
every field of life in these things. For
Mm,
example, in just that incoming sources, they were not able to get some kind of we can say that financial support from any field of life. Just they were just had if any person had just a kind of land, and he just
mm.
get benefit from that, so it's okay. Otherwise he will be just we can say is poor worker is a per day, sir.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was no any kind of there to more, but not there was not a large kind of as we can say the trade and something like this, and just to surrounding and just ruling of money and ruling of trades.
Mm,
There was not this kind of blessing was not present at the time. But that
mm,
some kind of blessing was present at the time, that to taking care of them each other and respecting for the elder. And this it just be on that sir, on on a religious side, just on just what you have just listened, but not to, you are not able to just speak about that, and were not able just to take a kind of question about it, sir. So this was the lack of something we had at the time, but for nowadays we have a lot kind of blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the passage of time from that time till now has given to us. Like we can say, we can easily get.
Oh, sorry. So,
Yeah, sir.
thank you so much. Sorry to
Yes.
disturb you. Uh, yeah, I would like to ask you another question, and I would like to pose some different questions now.
Sir, can I just complete that one, my another side of my point of view, or just
Yes,
start a
sure,
question?
sure, sure. Please, please.
But sir, if you will just taking the comparison of the time from now, for
Yeah.
nowadays, according to my mind, nowadays it's little bit, not little bit better, more than past time, by more kind of blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. For example, nowadays we can get knowledge from anywhere. What kind of knowledge we want, we just can get it. For example, the same knowledge that I'm taking from you now, it was not able before, but it's the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is given to us now. And also before we were not able to go from somewhere to another place, on sources that can take us from our place to another place, that to our destination with the freely and healthy, with good health. So it was not able. And also, for example, there was not kind of sources of financial supporting things, so it was not able. And also, if
Mm,
you had become sick, there was not any kind of support just to treat you and just to support you in your in the field of life of health. But nowadays
mm,
it's very suitable in every place, it's available, and it's you can just take it any kind of advantage of in the manner of health from anywhere, you can see in every, just in district, in village, some kind of clinics and hospital, etc, something like this. So according to my mind, in this kind of method, it's nowadays better. But we have just one things that we have just missed, that these nowadays just selfishness is more, and
mm.
respect for elder is become going down. Every person
So,
just taking up of himself, not taking care of elder, not taking care of respect of the teacher. And these are things that we are just facing, that these we have just missed from the past. And this
mm.
was, sir, my point of view that I just shared with you.
Yes,
I
Amidullah,
don't think we are as
sorry. My one last question is remaining that
Yes, sir.
is related to this part.
Yes.
How can we restore those qualities which were in past, in our youth, in our children now? The qualities that our elders possessed when they were young, when the
Possess means,
qualities they had, the qualities they had, which come sifat
yes,
ludu.
yes,
How
yes.
can we help our children have the same qualities that our elders had when they were young?
Yeah, yes. So, according to my point of view, that we can raise this kind of manner, in this kind of what we can say habit, we can bring in our just in our, we can say, in our children, and to
Mm,
bring them in the same manner, that to be able to respect their elder, and just to know what is the respect for the elder, and for the elder people, and for teacher, and what is the result of taking care of each other. So
mm,
if you want to this kind of methods, so we just focus on just on Islamic thoughts, sir.
yeah.
According to my point of view, we just have to just thought about our Islamic way, the way of knowledge, the way of that, how we just bring to teach them to our children. It find it the first beginning stage, mineral Islamic habits. So, for example,
Mm,
is how the Sahaba was, how the companion of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was, and how they were treating his prophet, the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how they were taking care of each other, and how, for example, Ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala, how he was respecting his father Umar. You know,
Okay.
sir?
Yes, yes. Another
So,
question. I'm sorry.
yes,
I have to stop you sometimes.
yes, sir.
Yes. w- What kind of parents are good for children? Strict parents or normal parents?
According to my mind, sir, that I have just um, I just realized, even in my family, inside my family, according
Hmm.
to my mind, the strike holder of family is better than that the person that has release on everything. You know, sir.
Yeah, good.
Yes, it's, we can say, in we for this we can take an example of that Muhammad, peace be upon
Sallallahu
him, Muhammad
alaihi
sallallahu alaihi
wasallam.
wasallam, when he just said that a child should start his prayer from that time, and just be when he just seven, and just
Yeah,
you must just beat him when he is just sent to 10, you know. It's
yeah,
the beginning
seven.
of growing up the children. So in this time, when you will just strike with them, and on every mistake, you are just following them and just teaching them that it's wrong and it's not suitable for you, that you have not to revise again the same mistake. So the children, so at that time, will be aware of every kind of things that has becoming in their future, to be bring them in on the damage stage. And
Good.
instead of the person just leaving his children, or just don't say to him his child, his children, it means that he is just himself just growing a kind of what we can say, a kind of tree, a small trip of tree, and just put it.
Hmm.
If we can say, take the same example, we will just put it a kind of stick with it, and then we will throw it around that to go up straightly, not to be
Hmm.
come wide on any kind of side. So the children has the same kind of condition that at the beginning of childhood, when you will just release them, it will at the growing, so it's growing will not be on the method whatever you want, what is reliable for him and what is reliable for his family. So when you just
Good.
start with to be aware with him, and just award him in his early growing up the childhood. So when he will just face any kind of issues in his the same growing up childhood time, so in the father and our brother, the elder just uh, warning him, so it's beneficial for the children even. But some people,
Okay.
they don't like it. As we can say the example for this, that in the western society, even they whatever the child do, they even did not touch him. They did not even tell him to that this is the wrong. With the
Yeah,
passage of
okay.
time, the same children become what, when just their elder father mother and become to the time, to the time when they become weeks, just they did not um, taking any kind of patient with them, just directly sent them to an old age, because they don't have any
Yeah,
kind of patient with them,
yeah.
with their parents. So this is my
Right.
view in this.
Okay,
uh,
thank you so much. Yes, let's move forward now. Your thoughts are very precious. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And according
I
in the
don't
time,
think.
take okay, a sip of of tea, sir.
I just came home from visiting two schools in the morning. So I arrived home and just started my class. So I will
Yeah,
have lunch. I will have good lunch after my class and a cup
mashallah,
of good
mashallah,
tea.
mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. So it's nice to listen that, sir. Okay, sir. Then after that, inshallah, after class, we will just join it, inshallah.
Right, inshallah.
we are as strict these days as they
No, midlife, you have to have your tea. You can have tea, no problem. That is okay, and that's normal.
No, but when it start, when the person just start his what is he saying, so at that time I have to be focused on that. What does he
Good.
say? So because if I will make myself busy on tea on this kind of
I don't
thing,
think we are as strict these days as they used to be. I have two of my own children, a boy aged 24 and a girl aged 22. When they were growing up, I think life was different for them. We had a firm few rules, certainly that my wife enforced. They weren't allowed out as much as we were. I used to be out a lot during the day, but my children had to be home a lot more. Expectations with, say, homework. Certainly my wife was far stricter than my mother ever was in making sure homework was done. But they have so much homework now when they're young. My children weren't allowed televisions in their rooms until they were old enough to buy their own. We had one television downstairs, and for a while my wife made us all, including me, write out lists of what we wanted to watch during the week. So you wrote down your list, and that's what you watched. If it wasn't on the list, you didn't have it on.
Yes. What did he say?
he said that at the time that we was before, at the first time you were very strike. So even at the time when I had just one boy and girl. So at the time when they were living with us, at that time we didn't has any kind of things that for children. My wife was little bit strike, so at the time even in homework and about homework, she was just forcing children that to complete it, even their homework. And about the television, even we had just one television in downstairs, and the children even they were not allowed just to watch it anytime, everything whatever they want. We just My wife just had she had made a kind of list what to watch and what time to watch the television. So we had a kind of strike method at the time, and even that the children were not allowed just to watch television. Even we were not leaving them to just watch it every time. Even when they grow up, just when they just own their own one, they buy their own one and they were watching. So it was the time. So
Thank you.
he
This
just
is well.
described this.
And you have picked almost everything. This is good.
Alhamdulillah.
I don't think children have it easy these days. I think the pressures on them are different to my generation and my mother's generation. I think this generation have a lot more choice than our generation did when I was growing up. Children are faced with many choices and many pressures that I didn't face when I was growing up. I think there is a problem that comes with choices because it's easy to make the wrong choices. When you only have one choice to make, it's very hard to get it wrong.
Very precious. Yes.
Yeah, sir. He is saying that there is big difference between today's nowadays and the before. Before, at my childhood time, we just had, for example, just one, we can say just one choice that to become a good, sir, just to have follow just the one way that when whatever my father and elder what they will say, just to follow, to be followed, that I was able to follow it. And for nowadays, it's different bit compared to those days. Nowadays, the children are facing most kind of a lot kind of choices, and but these choices are in their own hand. Whatever they will touch, for example, if they just touch and just make themselves involved in good choice, so will become good. If they just involve themselves in bad, it's very easy to take the same choice for nowadays. So it is, we can say, the kind of also choice for them is, it's in this method is very easy, good things, but it's very harmful, but
Yeah.
to which one that you have to select, you know.
You have a
So,
lot of choices, so you can also have
yeah,
the wrong choice.
yeah, you also with the good choice, we have also the wrong choice. But it's the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also your elder, if they just help you and just you become a thoughtful child, just to select for yourself good choice. So otherwise you will
Mm,
just harm yourself, and also will just bring the shame to your own self, also even to the family, if you just select the wrong choice. So these
well
are the
done.
issues that we are facing nowadays.
Good. Okay, thank you so much.
When I was growing up at school, I think the biggest thing I noticed was that I didn't know anyone else who was half mixed race. I'm half Thai and my dad's from Thailand. There wasn't a Thai community in Cheltenham. And so I quite liked being a bit different. It helped me sort of find my way, become an individual. My mum's very strong and independent, and she came from a very busy city. And my dad is he's very zen, he's very calm, and he has some traditional ideas about bringing up girls and things. And he grew up in a rural area of Thailand.
Yeah, your insight.
She just said that at the time when I was just growing up, it was where I was being, like we can say, surprised at how to communicate with the society, or how to communicate with the people in the school at the time. So
Mm,
even at that, my mother was, she was very individual ladies. Individual means, sir?
mm. یه پر زوين خوشي.
Ah, yes, my mother, she was like an
Individual معناه دي
individual.
يكتا.
Ah,
يكار.
usually, my father was a like person is in individual person. So yes, so he has just grown up at the Thailand when to what we can say an unpromote society.
Mm,
So my mother was, she was a kind of a individual lady. So just it was my thought, sir.
good. She said one word. My father was a Zen.
Good.
Z-E-N, Zen.
Yes, sir. He's in.
Zen. Zen means calm. خاموشي وقت سړی دی خاموش طبیعت سړی
Yes,
ډېر خبرې دی
calm.
او دا نه کوي. ٹھیک
Yes.
that is known as Zen. Z-E-N, Zen. My father was a
My
Zen.
mother was against Zen.
Yes, mothers are always against Zen
Yes.
because they are ladies and ladies are often
Yes.
not Zen. Yes, and Zen other meaning is when someone follows Buddhism, you
Buddhism.
know?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Buddhmat Mazhab. We also call him Zen, Z-E-N. If
Zen.
someone says, my father, people from Thailand, they are often Zen. They follow Buddhism,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
So if you say my father was a Zen, it has two meanings. Number one, your father followed Buddhism. He was a Buddhist, and
Yes.
your father was a calm person, not speaking too much, a calm man, right? So Zen also has the word, the meaning, a person who follows Buddhism, the religion which is Buddhist. Right. So let's move forward. Were your parents strict? That is the question now from the lady.
Okay.
Well, when I was growing up, I wasn't allowed to go to the cinema if any boys were going. I wanted to get a part-time job, like a paper round or something, but I wasn't allowed. I think that the way my brothers were brought up was different.
Okay, here I would like to share something. Now we are listening to this person, this lady, and we also listen to that man. They spend life like we are spending now. We don't like boys and girls go mixed together somewhere. We don't like half dresses. Their
Yes, sir.
fathers did not like half dresses. Their father did not like, they were very strict, right?
Yes, sir.
But
At
their
that time,
new
even those,
generation, but their new generation has changed rapidly, too quickly, and they have crossed a lot of limits. Limits, according to their society, they have crossed even those limits.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's almost completely truth.
Yeah.
Traditional ideas about bringing up girls and things. And he grew up in a rural area of Thailand. Well, when I was growing up, I wasn't allowed to go to the cinema if any boys were going.
She said when I was young, she was not allowed to go to
No, I was
cinema.
not allowed to go to cinema even alone. If there
Yeah.
is a boys is there are boys are coming to the, and if the boys they were normally allowed just to sell newspaper, but we were not allowed.
Exactly.
I wanted to get a part-time job, like a paper round or something, but I wasn't allowed. I think that the way my brothers were brought up was different, and I don't know if it was because they're boys or whether because I'm the eldest, so they let them go out a bit more sooner, and not they didn't worry about them as much, I think. And Ben had a paper round a couple of years ago. And so yeah, I think they were much more lenient with them, which really used to frustrate me as well. But I've kind of come around to understanding why it was that way.
Yes. Also, she said that I don't know why that was. I was facing like kind of a difference between at the time of growing up, me and my brother. So he was like we can say was allowed to meet some friend to go to some friend, but I was not like. But I was feeling something that why it is a kind of a difference between me and him. So
Yeah.
just describe it. This.
Good.
I think nowadays children are growing up a lot more aware of other cultures. There are more children now who have perhaps a similar upbringing, maybe, just because I think now that there are more mixed race children. When I was growing up, there were separate communities, and so people are becoming much more intercultural and sort of understanding a bit more of other communities and other cultures and things.
This is a very important point. Can you
Yeah,
elaborate?
she just said that nowadays it's very different, but it's like before. Now, before we had, we can say a separate kind of society, but now yeah, nowadays there are more kind of cultures and like we can say next to each other. So with the passage of just time that they are acting from each other, just taking culture from each other very easily and quickly. So these are we can say as we can say just effect to be
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
effect.
Now people understand cultures, and have respect, and they live together. Intercultural dialogues, intercultural living, a lot of such things are happening, and this is good sign.
My name's Marinda Wilson, and I'm British. I come from the UK. I'm in my early 50s. I've got two children. They're called Amy and May.
My name's Amy. I'm 21 years old, and I'm at university at Music College studying opera.
Can you say their names at least?
Marinda and Emmy. Mother name is
Okay.
Emmy. Marinda
And
is her daughter name is Amy, and just her mother is just like from around from England, British England, and just around 50, and
Yeah,
her
she's in the
children, and
50s.
her daughter, Amy, she is just in 21 or 20,
Yeah,
20, something like
21.
this.
Yes,
Yeah.
Amidullah, if I say I am in 40s, what does this mean?
It
40s.
means 40s. I mean, it means that I just crossed 40 and now
Mm,
just entered to the
mm.
century of 14. It means from
Okay,
40
yes.
to
Mm.
15. To this
Oh,
10,
yeah.
it means that I'm between these 10 years.
Yes, good. And if somebody says I am in my 50s, so that means from
That
50
means,
to 60?
yes, yes, sir, yes, yes.
Well done.
Yes, sir. Then she
I
said
think
that
I
I'm in some kind of a university, British universities belong to a kind of music opera.
Mm. Right.
am a strict parent. I think rules are very
But I
important
mean,
to children. They're
opera
called
is just,
Amy and May.
Yeah?
I think the opera music is just played for that to give sound to the films or to make a kind of anthem for the country. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong or right.
I don't exactly know, but you are more experienced in this regard.
No, sir. I just share with you my thought that, but sir, that opera, as I have seen, opera music is the music when one person is just sitting, and the other
Mm-hmm.
girls and boys and ladies, everyone has taking a kind of bigger kind of installment of music. So he's
Mm.
just moving with his hand or have a kind of small ticks like this, sir, doing this
All right.
thing. And
Oh, yeah,
they are
yeah.
just
Telling that plays the role of a coach.
maybe rule of coach or what, I don't know, sir.
Mm.
So then they are just following the stick, what style the stick goes,
All right.
uh, they took the music sound on that stick. So
I
it is a,
got
yes,
nice
sir.
explanation.
My name's Marinda Wilson, and I'm British. I come from the UK. I'm in my early 50s. I've got two children. They're called Amy and May.
My name's Amy. I'm 21 years old and I'm at university at Music College studying opera.
I think I'm a strict parent. I think rules are very important. I thought that my children were quite adventurous and a little bit on the wild side, and therefore rules are very important. We had, especially our mealtime rules were quite interesting because they got so badly behaved at mealtimes that I really decided that we had to have rules, and I wrote them on a piece of paper and put them on the wall by the table so that when we sat down to have our meals they could see the rules written on the wall, and that was quite important. We had to sit at the table, we had to eat nicely, and had to have good table manners. I think the other rule, really important rule, is bedtime. Because what I've noticed is that as soon as they don't have enough sleep, they behave badly. So bedtime is very important, and making sure that they do get to bed on time and obviously get up on time. Those were just two places where I imposed strict rules, and they seem to then create a certain amount of structure in the day.
Yeah, I like that very much. Yes. What do you think?
Even sir, I just appreciate her. Even if she was
Yes.
able to marry, I would like to marry her. Even she's very what I can say, very beneficial. She's very
Yeah.
even in this stage of age, I was able and I was keen to just marry her because she has a kind of best kind of rule to how to grow up the children with this the kind of rules and methods.
Yes,
What?
Amidullah,
Yes, sir.
I went to London 2 times
Yes, sir.
for training for my education purposes.
Yes, sir.
Uh, when it was 8 p.m., I went to Dewsbury, Kenilworth, and a lot of other cities as well. When it was 8 p.m., most of the shops got closed,
Hmm.
and most of the people they used to sleep after 8 o'clock. That was
Hmm.
quite surprising for me. And in
Yes.
our areas, we are too backward. Backward in the sense we sleep at 12 p.m. 12
Yes, sir. It's
a.m.
very
One
bad for health.
Yesterday, a parent of a child came to school, my school, yesterday in the morning. So our school bell rings at 8:30. So the child used to come, and he is still used to that. He arrives school after 9:15, 9:10, 9:12. So he wanted his child to present something in front of other students in the morning assembly. I told him morning assembly is gone and students are all gone to their classes. Then I asked him, why are you every day late? Your child is always late and he comes. He told me that his family sleeps after 1 a.m. in the night.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
One, and I asked him surprisingly, how about this child? He says, this child also sleeps after 1 a.m.
La ilaha illallah.
So then I asked him what the condition of your family could be because that is too alarming. It's too dangerous for health, particularly for your mental health. He said, my wife has anxiety. I also have anxiety. We are often stressed. And that is all because of having not proper bedtime. And yes, and he is quite young. He is younger than me, at least 10 years, or even more than 10 years. So this is happening just because of having less sleep or not going to bed on exact time. And look at them, quite strict, and they are very developed worldly.
Yes, sir. It's very bad.
Hmm.
I'm not
Okay, now the question is, what is the meaning of being strict to you? She's explaining it why, what is strictness or what is being strict?
necessarily in control.
Yeah?
Being strict, sacht in rule.
Yes, yes. Was there वजाहत कीज मतलब सख्त इन और सख्त सा मतलब
Bilkul.
Badly. So bedtime had to have good table manners. I think the other rule, really important rule, is bedtime. Because what I've noticed is that as soon as they don't have enough sleep, they behave badly. So bedtime is very important, and making sure that they do get to bed on time and obviously get up on time. Those were just two places where I imposed strict rules, and they seem to then create a certain amount of structure in the day. I'm not necessarily in control, but I know everything that they do. So I know when they go out, I know where they're going, I know what time they're coming back, I know what their homework is, I know when they've got particular things to do. And I know, for example, whose turn it is to clear the table. So it's just sort of making sure that they know that I know what they should be doing. And I think that really makes a lot of difference. And that's how I interpret being strict.
Yes,
Yeah.
what does it mean being strict? Amidla, what does she say?
She said being strict that to give rule to the family that whatever that for example what time should be for sleeping and for to wake up from your sleep and the, and about the eat the about what that at what time you have to go to sleep and uh, where to go and what time do you have to return and what time you have to go out.
Yeah.
uh, And even where you are just eating, that the table should be clean, and you have to must take your own plate, you just to clean it, and every thing you have to know. And at the same time that you should know everything that I have know, that the rule you have know, that the time whatever you are doing, what you are supposed to do.
Excellent. Perfect.
I think my mum was quite a strict parent. She was certainly strict about food, no sort of crisps and junk food, and I totally appreciate that now. She had a lot of rules about manners at the dinner table, eating, using your knife and fork properly, and we had to say, "Please, may I get down now?" when we'd finished dinner. I remember her getting us to help with a lot of household chores and gardening, and not being one of those mums who just does everything for us. I remember rules about bedtime were to go when she said to go. We had to do reading before bed. Either we would read to mum or sometimes she would read to us, depending on how sleepy we were. So she was strict, but I think in all the right ways, and she made us respect her. When I was younger, I used to disagree with her sometimes, mainly to do with social events and sort of hanging out with friends or what I was going to do after school, because mum would try and encourage me to not overdo things so that I wouldn't get tired, and also to do schoolwork and do practice for my hobbies, for example, singing practice or piano practice. And there were times when I didn't agree with what she'd said and I rebelled. She let us make our own decisions, but would always say what she thought about them. So, for example, she'd say, "Well, you can go to the disco if you want to, but I think you might be tired the next day, or you might not enjoy it as much as you think. But if you want to, you can do what you want." So at times I did go against what she said, and sometimes those things were okay, and sometimes they didn't go as well as I wanted. And now I realise that mum is normally 99.9% she's right.
Yes,
When
sir. She's
children,
now just describe about her mother, that about her rule, that what she made for their children when they were at early growing up
yeah,
times.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
she
very
just
true.
now it finally she just even appreciate her mom, that she was a 99%, 59. She was 100% okay.
Not 50, not 59, 99.9%. She did not say 59. Okay. Uh,
Just
they
this,
are, they are, they are
just sir.
preparing their children for the future.
Yes, sir. These kind of people, even
Yes.
yes, they have right to be now. When really, sir, when I just listen from this lady, even I put it in my mind that they we they were they were okay when they were ruling us at that
Yeah.
time.
Yes. They can rule when they are like this.
Yes, they can rule even
We are
really,
just like junk food.
really, it's
Yes.
really,
We
really.
are not beneficial for ourselves, for our families, for the society, for the country, for the people around the world.
Yes,
Because
sir.
we have no proper behavior, we have no proper eating methods, food, sleeping time. Everything is disturbed in many areas of our area, region where we live.
Yes, sir. It's
Okay, there is one
completely
word. There is one word, household chores.
what? How
Household chores.
household chores.
Yes. Household
Yes.
chores means cleaning rooms, washing the dishes, doing household works. From childhood, they teach their children go clean the room, go wash the dishes, wash your clothes, get ready, do this from childhood. So
Yeah, yes. Sir,
listen,
alhamdulillah.
we
Yes.
think, we think Angrezan are Nawaban. They
Yes, sir.
live in their houses very simple life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if
I
we do
completely
this,
agree with you. Even sir, just I will just want to say something. Even I had some kind of family that I was some kind of time I was going to their home. You know, sir. a kind of what we can say, a kind